What up, guys? So that's a quick sneak peek at the TV that I finally got in here after throwing out the old TV on the old video, as you've seen, if you watched it. Anyways, so I just wanted to make like an actual video. I gotta pause this TV. Anyways, here's the remote, by the way. This is the future. Pause. There we go. All right, so it's not like it has a pause button. It's not like it takes actually longer to issue voice commands. But anyway, guys, so currently, if you want to take a look at my home theater, here is the old trusty SVS 10-inch, massive 10-inch woofer. But oh my God, does it look small now after looking at the SVS 16 Ultra. But this baby still kicks. Honestly, this cabinet I don't know if it looks, or it definitely is bigger than the sealed 16. It's not. This one is not as wide, but this one actually is. This camera is confusing. This one's deeper. I have this damn flash. I was having flies just popping out of nowhere. I don't know what that's from. And then I have this trusty Denon 2802 receiver. Still kicking perfectly fine. Works so many. I don't even know what year this is from. I know it's like in the 2000, maybe 2002 or something. I don't even know. It's so old. You guys can look up the manufacturing date. And even older is the NAD THX certified 2700. Does not work 100% perfectly. One of the channels, this right channel, is very sketchy. So it's basically how I'm using it right now is bridged mode into the center channel. So it's my center channel amp, and boy does it get warm. Woo-wee! But these amps, I believe, are actually made in England, and this is quality. I mean, the transformers and stuff, and then the power supply, just massive. I just feel so much heat right now in this room. So I'm gonna be upgrading that Denon receiver soon, and I'll probably take you guys with me on that journey. I'm not sure. I'm not sure if I'm gonna order it from eBay or something. You can get some really good. I actually, believe it or not, I got that on eBay, and I never needed to use the warranty for any reasons whatsoever. So not everything needs a warranty. Like, I mean, I know that if anything went wrong, or with the receivers nowadays, they're so complicated that you might want a warranty. You might want to go pay full retail price somewhere, and just for the peace of mind. But honestly, I don't know. I don't know if I'm going to. I'm looking into them. Like, there's a top of the line Marantz coming out, and it's supposed to be the bee's knees. It's literally probably going to be the last receiver I'll ever own. And then I'm still going to have this Denon as far as like I can power rear speakers with it. So I will have 3 amps actually. I don't know where I'm going to put the... actually, I don't even know where I'm going to put it all, because I can't stack anything else on top of the NAD. It gets too warm. So I would have to do is I would probably have to bury it somewhere and hide it. But that's, I mean, I won't need anything more than that. I'm gonna get some dedicated angled speakers for the rears. But see, I have 3 rears right now, and they're full range speakers, so they're not the best, but they're better than some real tiny speakers. I just have to figure out some way to mount speakers, not maybe necessarily to the ceiling, but see, technically these speakers are up too high. I'm gonna probably take down. I might do this. I've been thinking about this for a month straight. I'm gonna take my main Acoustic Research AR7s. I believe that's what they're called. Yeah, no, I always get this wrong. AR17s. Some of the best sounding speakers at that price point. I believe they were about $249. It actually might have been more. It might have been like $300 a pair. For bookshelves, so they weren't cheap, and it has a crazy awesome tweeter. It's not too bright, and it has very, very good vocals. especially coming out of the THX amp. It's a little thinner sounding coming out of the Denon, but that's to be expected. This NAD was 900 new in the 90s, and I'm talking early 90s, like when THX was a big thing. So what I might do is I don't know. I might leave them there. But I'm getting a new center channel, and I think I'm going with Aperion Audio. They have a center channel that has 2 woofers, a tweeter, and a mid-range, dedicated mid-range. And it's going to go right underneath the TV where the Boston Acoustics, well, you can't even see where the Boston Acoustics. I'm doing some jerry rigging right now. I don't know if you can see, but I have a big floor standing speaker right there as my center. But I actually have 2 centers. The Boston Acoustics is the surround is getting eaten away. So what I did is I'm using it for its tweeters mostly, but it's still, the mid-range still works, but it's just not fully working. And then I got what was, rest in peace, my mother's speakers out there that I picked up for her back in the day. Dwarf Tail Monitor 1s, I believe they're called. And I don't even know how good they are, but they're very, very mid-rangey, very good for vocals. But I think but for some reason, since the cabinet's so large, it's almost too much low end in the vocals. There's not enough balance, so it's probably something to do with the crossovers, because they're meant to be like main speakers, and they go very loud. And somehow these speakers produce some bass, because when they were in the other room, I could feel them on my bed. But it was too much, and not in a good way, not in a good separated way, because it's only one driver and one tweeter, and I think that I want to say they're 5.5s, but or 5 1/4. Yeah, they're 5 1/4, all right. You know, it's just amazing. I would show you guys, but the video is getting longer than I want it to be. But let me show you these. I do want to show you this speaker is really nice looking. Here's what these acoustic research speakers look like. Hard to see with the light reflecting, but the tweeter is like diffused, and it has a mesh here and like another diffused line here. It's called the titanium dome tweeter, and there's also some other fancy name for it. I've never seen a tweeter like that in my life, and it's such a good tweeter. It's why I don't want to get rid of them. You won't even see these used, because the sound that came out of them was so good at the time that, like, the only people really getting rid of them, I mean, there's only maybe 1 or 2 on eBay, and maybe it's just like, oh, they're just selling one speaker, because maybe they had, there was bigger ones with the 6.5s. Anyway, so they got these actually produce some low end, believe it or not, and it's got a rubber surround here. And it's fairly tough. It doesn't go in and out like really easy. It's got some strength to it, so to speak. And it does have the port, but you don't hear any port noise from these things. I'd love to play them for you blasting, but sort of in the middle of the night. You guys can chime in what you think I should do, because I might move these to the rear. I might move these to the rear and have these all Atmos speakers, depending on which amp I get, because these would be perfect for Atmos, but they're almost too big. So it's like, I don't know. I mean, I could leave them right where they are for the Atmos, because it's just like, I don't know. I really don't know. Atmos is really technically the best when it's on the ceiling, but that's not going to happen, because I'm not drilling into this place. It's just, what I would really love to do is I would love to put if you guys ever watch Z reviews, Zeos, he has some sort of track in the back of his I think he lives in New York. So he's got like a fairly small apartment, and he puts like a track. So it's like just like a metal track that you would like track lighting goes on, but he has speakers on them. So what I would really like to do is I'd like to put speakers there and then aim them down. So I would not only have, I don't really need the rear center anymore. That's kind of out. You want something that's dedicated now. So I would just want to be able to drill, like I could take these KLHs, which Honestly, they rival, you know, the cheap Polk audio speakers, but they don't come anywhere close to these acoustic research speakers as far as sound quality goes. I think I've done an A/B test with them a long time ago, and it wasn't even close. But yeah, if somebody could link me to something that's like a track, so I could find the studs, and then I could insert some sort of bracket to where I can hang a speaker and, you know, not worry about it falling. Because right now it's basically this speaker here in the back, this one here, it has never fallen, but it's only held in by a nail. That's it. A nail in the wall, speaker, and that's it. But I'm definitely going to move it because it's not actually centered with the television right now. Actually, I mean, honestly, if I wanted to do things completely right, I would move the entire system the other way around. I would move it like 45 degrees because before I even knew what I was doing, I was just going by where the plugs were and by where the cable was, and my computer's all the way over there. You know, I mean, you guys know where my computer is. It's down there. See it? It's down there. And definitely want to wrap this up. It's almost 13 minutes of me talking about what I'm going to do with the home theater system, but it's pretty interesting, I guess, if you guys are into home theater. So I did just release, you know, 3 War Thunder videos, so hopefully you guys want to watch me talk about home theater stuff if you really are interested. It's not going to be uber hi-fi, but I definitely am planning on upgrading that sub to the SVS Ultra 16, but I'm getting the sealed one. I'm not going to get the big, huge monster. It's just too heavy. Not only is it just too heavy, it's just so big, and this room does not need, it doesn't even, the walls and stuff vibrate from that, but see, it just doesn't give me enough decibels of the lows that I want. It hits 30 and 40 hertz like really loud, and I can't tune it because you know, I don't have sophisticated enough receiver, and I don't, and the sub itself is just, you just turn it on and it goes. The new SVS subs, you can tune them to your room, so it's going to be able to, you tune it with your phone, and it has an app. So that's one that's one benefit of upgrading stuff. So as far as with this Dwarf Tail speaker, I don't know what I'm going to do with it. I might still use it as a center channel every now and then. I'm not sure. It depends on how the new center speaker sounds like. How this Aperion Audio center speaker sounds. If it's good enough, then cool. But yeah, I would love 2 center channels. This would be great. You know, like a nice wall of sound. It's the more the better, actually, in my opinion, because you don't just have one direction. Like if you have a one high and then one low, it creates a phantom in between them, and then you just get a wall of, you know, center. Like at the theater, you have some big, huge speakers that are giving you this huge center channel. So it's something that you guys might want to think about if you ever had like a dedicated theater room. Is more than one center channel. It's not a lot of people talk about more than one center channel, but after what I've done here, I've noticed a difference. There's a more fuller sound because I'm using 2 different kinds of speakers, so it's kind of cool. But yeah, I mean, you know what? The more I think about it, the more I can't change the setup, even though I would like to, because there's a gap over here. I have my walk-in bathroom closet over there, where technically this speaker over here would be right in the middle of the room. So let's see. Basically, this speaker would be sitting right here, and I'd be walking by it. And if it was just me, I mean, if it was just me and I never had anybody over, I guess I wouldn't care. But I don't need my girlfriend coming over and tripping over it, or, you know, if I have a guest over, he walks in, and, you know, I just don't need people bumping into my stuff. You know what I'm saying? Know what I'm saying? So, TV complete. And I still think I'm going to keep this NAD amp around until it totally takes a dump. I'd love to fix it. I'd love to have someone service it, but man, I threw out some emails for people to fix it, and nobody's wrote me back. Nobody has written me back about it. They just don't want to touch it out. Who knows? But as far as this other SVS sub is, I could have two subs, one the 10, and then one the bigger one, and then they could handle different frequencies, and then it would be probably freaking ridiculous in here. I do wanna treat the walls to like some sort of acoustic treatment in like the dead spots of the room, but I gotta figure that out. I gotta see what that's gonna cost, because I honestly, I'd cover this whole wall. I would cover this whole wall, and it would probably be ugly as hell, but the room's paint's disgusting anyways. I care less about comfort. I want like good sound. So, all right, guys, I've rambled enough. Yeah, so that's it. That's my plans for this room, upgrading the sound. I'm gonna probably leave my computer over there. I am gonna, instead of using my computer speakers every now and then for my musical compositions, I'm going to replace the left and rights for the audio only with, I believe I'm gonna get the Vanatu somethings. They're just the main bookshelves. They're powered monitors, so to speak, but they're not just for critical listening. They actually have some good low end on them because they have passive radios on the back. They're about $4.99 or something for the pair. And I would like to get some epic monitors, but the ones that I looked at that I liked were like $3,000. That ain't happening. So I might also get another keyboard. I'm not sure. I would like a better keyboard than the one I have now for actually controlling MIDI surfaces, because mine is so old. It's a relic. If I go to try to tweak something, I only have like 4 sliders. I need something that's either just a dedicated MIDI controller, because I don't use the sounds on that at all anymore, or I need like an epic MIDI controller that's big, that has tons of sliders that I can hopefully figure out. I'd like something with sounds, built in with sounds, but you can't do both. It's usually got to be one or the other. But I was looking at some epic Yamahas the other day, but who knows if I'm going to actually do it. A lot to think about. I was originally going to upgrade my computer too, but the more I think about it is I might just buy like an editing rig, and then call it a day, because this thing can't handle like 4K video at all. It just chugs. Anyways, so those are my plans for the hopefully within the month. Within 2 weeks, I plan on having the SVS and seeing how that sounds. Then I don't know, the new top of the line flagship Marantz receiver does not even it's not even out. You have to pre-order right now, so that's out. Maybe I'll just get the other one. I don't know. It's just like I don't need all the bells and whistles that most of these receivers have. As far as multi-room audio, let's stick speakers in the other room and control. I don't care about that. I want something that's good and has good amplifier power as far as and sound quality. I don't care about just they put too many bells and whistles, and you know what that is? You know what that means? Is too much to break. So that's it, guys. We'll see. Hopefully I get a car within the week. I got some guy doing my title. He's gonna fix my title. Hopefully he's gonna put the car in my car in my name. I mean my mom's car in my name. I'm gonna get new plates, and then he's gonna look for I believe a BMW 228i for me. And I want the rear wheel drive. I don't want the all wheel drive, because the all wheel drive is heavier. Even though they say it's faster, take that with a grain of salt. That's just the official numbers, so to speak. Since he sold the Mustang, guys, he said I sounded on the fence about it, and I really was. I was on the fence, because when you look over the hood of a Mustang, I don't like seeing hood. I don't like it. I don't mind seeing a little bit of your hood, but I just got spoiled with small front end cars. Like I drove an NSX, and boy was that fantastic. I'll never forget it. The old 90s one, not the new one. But the new one still looks the same in the front, but I'm just starting to ramble now. But when I drove the BMW, it's a small car, and it just I like a small, quick, nimble car. Now the Mustang's probably the EcoBoost Mustang, so it's got more horsepower, but it's also a big, heavier car, and it's just gone. There's no reason to talk about it. It's just gone. And there is a yellow Mustang down the road somewhere fairly close. I could look at that, but that damn hood. It just bugs me that when you're driving, all you see is this hood and there's a freaking 4-cylinder engine in there. Like, they should have altered the front end a little bit, but of course they're not going to do that. All right, guys, till next time, I am just rambling. Later.